ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات بأن الله الكريم ينور القلوب ويغفر الذنوب ويستر العيوب ويجعل مجلسنا هذا محاطا بالخيرات والمسرات وعلى كل نية صالحة وإلى حضرة الحبيب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم شيء لله الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت السهلا فإنك مسهل السهولة فسهل أمورنا يا الله فيسر أعمالنا يا رحمن ولا تعسر علينا يا رحيم رب تمم بالخير أجمعين. اللهم أنزل الرحمة والصحة والعافية والسلامة والبركة والتوفيق والهداية والعناية والاستقامة في العبادة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجنون والجذام ومن سيء الأسقام. اللهم اصرف عنا وعن سلطاننا وبلادنا وجميع المسلمين في كل مكان البلاء والوباء والطعن والطاعون وسائر الأمراض خصوصا وباء كوفيد-19 وقنا شر الردى بلطفك يا لطيف يا خبير إنك على كل شيء قدير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. قبل الله منكم.
Inna minkum taqabbal ya karim. Thank you, Ustaz. Our briefing today will start with a presentation from the principal, Madam Chong Lee Chen, followed by a presentation from the Senior Master of Administration, Cikgu Hidayatullah Wakyuddin bin Haji Muhyiddin, followed by question and answer session. Let us welcome the principal, Madam Chong Lee Chen, for her presentation.
Very good afternoon and a warm welcome to all the parents. And thank you very much for attending our first virtual briefing this afternoon. So my briefing is going to be a little bit on the school profile. But first of all, congratulations on your children's PSR excellent achievements. And this year, we have received overwhelming response from students of Sekolah Rendah Yayasan. And also, for the first time, we have 30 students from other schools who are still on waiting list. We can only give them offer letter once there is a confirmation on how many students are going to join Maktab Science. So you have really made the right choice to join our school. We believe that every student has the potential to do well, and we will help them to achieve that. Just a little bit of background about our school. Our school is divided into three. We have Taska, which is kindergarten, and followed by primary, and finally the secondary school.
Yeah.
And with a total population of nearly 2,000. I would like to share with you the vision of our school. Our vision is to ensure our status as a first choice private school in Brunei Darussalam by providing the highest level of teaching and learning. Our mission is in providing our students with 21st century education that is supported by teaching and learning strategies, qualified teachers, and modern facilities in line with the national aspirations of Wawasan 2035. These are our core values. So our core values serve as the basis on which we perform our work and conduct ourselves. That include our students. So we would like our teachers as well as our students to have the passion in teaching as well as in studying. We want them to respect each other, to be accountable for the actions that they do, to be responsible for all actions. We include everyone in our school, and we believe that with a combined effort, we will get better outcomes. And of course, excellence is our aim, and that's what we try to achieve, and we will strive to achieve. Okay, this is the curriculum pathway for your children. When they enter year 7, they will be doing 2 years at the lower secondary level. And next year, when they are in year 8, at the end of the year, there will be SPE examination. But as you know, last year was quite unique because there wasn't any SPE examination due to the COVID-19. So we don't know what's going to happen this year. We hope that there is physical exam, but it is important for you and your children to know that every assessment and every piece of work, every assignment is very important because they might be used as evidence if physical examination is not possible due to COVID-19, which we hope is not going to happen. But we must be prepared. All right, when they reach year 9, it depends on how well they do in their SPE examination. We will divide them into 2 tracks. Whether they are eligible for the 2 years express track, year 9 and year 10, and at the end of year 10, these express students will do their O-level examination. But for the others, they will be following normal track, which is 3 years, then they will do their O-level examination. This is the timeline of events. Some of you may be wondering, why do we start so late? Actually, it is quite tight if you look at it, because we only receive PSR results on the 13th of January, which is on a Thursday, and then we process your application on the 15th, and preparing the offer letters. And that's why we were able to distribute offer letters on the 17th, which is yesterday, Monday. And today we're planning this, which is happening for the virtual briefing. And then on the 19th and the 20th of January, you have actually 2 days to prepare. You need to, for example, make payments, school fees payments, to buy school items, and so on. So the first day of school will be on the 22nd, which is on this Saturday. And for your information, we know that the year 7 students start a little bit late, which is 22nd. You may worry that they have missed quite a bit of their lessons, but there is nothing to worry because we have planned that we're going to start Friday classes starting from the 28th January on Friday, or every Friday until our mid-year exam, which is in March this year. So every Friday, your children will be attending classes at school, and we will give timetable in due course. So this is the school schedule. Class registration is from 7:15 to 7:30. We hope that they will arrive school before 7:15 because they should be in class by then. And then the lessons will start at 7:35 and then until 12:30. And for every level, there is assembly on different days. For year 7, there will be assembly on Mondays, year 8 on Tuesdays, year 9 on Wednesdays, and so on. However, due to the COVID-19, we have suspended the assembly for the time being. Otherwise, during daily assembly, we expect students to do flag raising, singing of national anthem, and also we get one student to give a brief speech, a short speech during the assembly, which is a good practice for them to do speech. Next is regarding our block scheduling, which is a little bit different from primary school, because in primary school and previously we say that we use periods. One day there are how many periods? 10 periods, for example. But since last year, we have started to use block system. So one block consists of 50 minutes. So in one day, there are 5 blocks, 2 blocks before break and 3 blocks after break. Break time is at 10:15 to 10:45. Then what is the difference between block system and the period? You know, when you say 1 period and 2 periods, using the period system, there is no time allocated for students to move from one class to another. Sometimes students are required to move from their class to the science lab, for example, to the English reading room, for example, to the ICT lab, for example. So that takes up time. So that's why with the block system, we actually allocate 5 minutes for movement. So this is better time management, and it is definitely more effective and efficient teaching and learning. And so far, we're very pleased that all teachers and students give very good feedback. These are our focus areas. Firstly, literacy and numeracy. That's our top priority. And we really want our students to read, to have this reading culture. So we want our the parents to give them a lot of encouragement. We have books in our library. Do borrow them and encourage them to read, because by doing so, they will be able to improve their vocab. As for numeracy, they will need to practice. The more they practice, the better they become. Secondly, quality teaching and learning. We do make use of technology in teaching and learning. And for your information, right now, our school is in the process of upgrading our ICT infrastructure. And thirdly, is the holistic development of students. It is not the academic side that we prioritize on. We also prioritize on their holistic development. So we encourage them to do co-curricular activities, which are held on Wednesdays. However, for the time being, PE as well as co-curricular activities are both suspended temporarily. We also provide motivational talks, motivational camp, which is known as Camp Kantani, and international programs, but that is especially for upper secondary. These programs, however, are suspended for the time being due to COVID-19. We hope that we'll be able to start once there is green light from Ministry of Education. These are a few school rules and regulations. So permission slip, if your children are late, if they come to school after 7:40, then they are required to get permission slip from the senior management team. Without the permission slip, that means they may be recorded as absent. So this permission slip is very important. If they come even later, after 8 o'clock, then they will have to come in to get the permission slip from me. And if it is regular, if they are late for If they're absent from school, please produce medical certificate or letter. And also, especially if they are absent during internal exam, we do need medical certificate so that we can arrange for them to do the exam. But if it is external exam, then we are not able to do anything because external exam, there is no special consideration even with medical certificate. If they're absent, they are considered as absent. And students, if they need to go home early, then they need to get permission from the school administration, and parent is required to sign at the general office. Use of mobile phone is not allowed, especially during lessons. If students are found to be using their mobile phone, this phone will be confiscated and given to the principal, and only the parent can claim them. We don't want them to be distracted during lessons. This is the school bag app that we mentioned in the slip. The school bag app replaces all physical memos, hard copies, and so on, because giving circulars, giving memos to students may not reach parents. We find that some students either forget to give their parents or either purposely not wanting parents to know what's happening. So this is the best alternative, is to have the school bag app. So it is important for all of you to download this app and keep checking the app for updates, because that's the better communication between school and stakeholders. Right, just want to explain a little bit about payment. You probably know already, but just to remind you, if you want to make school fees payment, it is important under reference 1. There is reference 1. Okay, for reference 1, it's the name of your child. Reference 2 is the ID number. And reference 3 is payment for which month. Okay, for example, now you should put down January 2022. However, sometimes you may need to pay for school items. Then you can also pay online by having the name of your child, which is reference 1. Reference 2 is the ID. And reference 3 will be, for example, exercise books, so that it's easier to track what payment you've made. And once payment is made, do send a screenshot to this number, 8333000, so that verification could be made. In addition to payment online, you may also come to school to pay at the counter. So these are the school programs. We have a long list of school programs with lots of activities. I'm sure your children will enjoy not just the learning part, but the activities part, the projects in all these areas. We have subject weeks, our CCA, and so on. For our CCA, we have intellectual activities, which is non-sport, such as indoor games, choir, arts and craft, and many more. And for the physical activities or the sports activities, we have fencing, table tennis, football, futsal, and so on. So they will be able to choose which they are interested in. As for the extracurricular activities, these are carried out outside school hours. For example, Green Club, students under the Green Club, they do recycling. For the Army cadets, they do training. For example, you can see in the picture, this is training in the jungle. And we have a teacher who is in charge as well, which is Cikgu Hidayat, who is here. And this is Korean Club. This is the performance which they did, and they were invited by the Korean embassy to do performance. Okay, I'm going to share with you what are the examples of the activities that we conduct during subject weeks. This is English week. For English week, we usually would like to promote a reading culture. So for the last few years, we have organized a day when students are allowed to come to school dressed up in their book characters, someone whom they admire or their heroes, for example. But every year we have different themes to it. So everyone actually look forward to this activity, including teachers. For Malay Week, we usually showcase Brunei culture and traditional games. In addition to showcasing this, students also take part in competition. For Maths Week, this is an example of the activity whereby students compete in reciting the digits of pi. How many digits of pi? You'll be surprised that they are able to recite up to hundreds and 200s of pi digits. In addition to that, they also do sprint maths and so on. This is Science Week. For Science Week, they do science projects. So there are projects that involve them to do with, for example, electricity, for example, speed, gravity, and so on. So students, they prepare the projects and showcase them. This is the motivational camp, which I mentioned earlier. These are pictures, and you can see how excited our students are. This is actually a day which they can't wait to join, but sadly, for the last 2 years, we were not able to organize due to COVID-19. So once it is permitted, we actually planned to have it last year, and it was already approved, but suddenly second wave of COVID-19 came, and we have no choice but to cancel it. So we will see if it is permitted. We will definitely organize this motivational camp because it is really good project for students to learn a lot of skills. For example, leadership skills, organizational skills. You know, there are a lot of skills that they are able to learn from it. All right, this is my email, just in case you need to contact me, or you may also call me using this school number during office hours if you have any questions. Okay, next, I would like to invite Senior Master Administration, Cikgu Dayat, to brief you on the SOPs of the current endemic phase. Thank you, Cikgu Dayat.
Madam, allow me to share my slide. Okay. Sekejap, technical issue. Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all parents and guardians. So I'm going to talk about the precautionary measure that has been put in our school. So before entering the school, health screening must be done. So only fully vaccinated and healthy students are allowed to be in school. This means that they must have 2 doses of vaccination, and their Blue Health code must be green or yellow. Students that are not vaccinated or only have 1 dose or under quarantine or isolation order are not allowed to come to the school. If they are not feeling well, they are also recommended to stay at home and go to the clinic. As a precautionary measure, parents are only allowed to drop off and pick up their children. They are not allowed to stay and wait in the school compound. This is to prevent overcrowding and a precautionary measure as well. In our school, we have put a lot of stickers which remind students to maintain social distancing at all times and adhere to the SOPs. So as you can see in the diagram as shown in the slide, we have arrow showing the direction the student must go. And at all times, they have to maintain social distancing, whether they're going up to the stair, whether they're walking along the corridor, whether they're going to the canteen or waiting to go home. So antigen rapid test is a test that must be done in school once a week. So the ART test will be done supervised by the class teacher in their classroom. Before ART test is to be conducted, we require the parents to do digital consent form. So the link is here, bit.ly/2022CFY7. This link will also be uploaded in the school bag. So if you have the school bag, you will be notified later on that you need to enter the consent form before doing the ART test. The ART kit is provided by Ministry of Education, and students are required to do the ART test by themselves. And in order for them to do so, they need to watch videos on how to do the ART test. If they're not confident to do it at school, we recommend for them to at least practice at home so they're not scared when they have to do it alone in school. The teacher will be there to supervise, but the student will have to do it by themselves still. Depending on the result of the ART, if it's negative, alhamdulillah, students will go to class. However, if the result is invalid or positive, we have to follow the SOP procedure, which I will explain later. So you can see here, these are the tests that is conducted in multi-purpose hall. So this was done with year 9 last time when they just come back to school. And the year 7 will also be doing ART test in the multi-purpose hall as well. If they're late or absent, they will have to do it at area A, which is near to the main entrance. So this, the teacher in charge will be there, and the students have to inform the class teachers that they have arrived at school. They are not allowed to go into the school until ART test is done and the result is negative. After this week, after they have done their ART test in multipurpose hall, the next week they will be doing it in their classroom supervised by the class teacher. These are the SOPs for invalid or positive tests. If the results are found to be invalid or positive, students will be immediately brought to the isolation room by teacher in charge. The teacher will then collect required information, such as their history whereabouts, their Brohim's number, their contact number, and the teacher in charge will inform the principal, who will then inform the private education department of Ministry of Education. At the same time, the teacher in charge will also contact the parents so that the parents will bring the students to do PCR, usually at repass. Students of the same class will have to go home for the day as precautionary measure. So we will have to wait for the PCR result to be out. Usually it will take 12 to 24 hours. And if the result is out, if the result is out early, the students will go back to school the next day. However, before they enter the school, they have to do ART test again as precautionary measures. If students are absent when they are supposed to do ART, they have to wait. They have to inform their class teacher. And when they arrive at school, they have to wait at the gate area as instructed by the security. The teacher in charge will then come down and conduct ART at the area A. This is the same for students who just finished their quarantine or isolation order. So if they finish their quarantine or isolation order and just come back to school, they have to inform their class teacher, and then the class teacher will inform the teacher in charge to conduct ART test at area A near to the gate. If students are late, which means after 7:40, then students have to wait at area A. The reason why they have to wait is because the class teacher have to finish supervising the ART test in the classroom, and another teacher in charge will conduct ART tests for students who come late. If the results are negative for all of these, then they may go to their respective class. If somehow the test is invalid, then we will do the test 2 more times. And if it's still invalid, then we follow the SOP procedure again. Please be reminded that students are required to stay home if they have any of these symptoms. We also, so the symptoms include persistent cough, sore throat, fever, or difficulty in breathing. So as a precautionary measure, please avoid going to the school, and we advise the students to go to the closest clinic for medical checkup. Students are also required to inform the class teacher about the medical absence with medical certificate from clinic or hospital. This is important so that the teacher can inform the subject teacher to prepare for what he missed for or her missed for the day as well. And reminder for students, please remind the students at all time, at home or at school, to adhere to the SOP, which is to avoid physical contact and wear masks at all time. They are also required to wash their hand regularly and sanitize their hand regularly as well. And as much as possible, ensure your healthy and brew health code is green or yellow. If you or your family members are not well, please inform the class teacher as well, just as precautionary measure. In order to prevent overcrowding during the break time, we have come up with a staggered break time, which has been quite successful for the past few days. So lower secondary will go for their break early at 9:20 till 9:45. And the next block, the upper secondary, will go out at 10:15 to 10:40. These allow the students to go to the canteen with plenty of time. They don't have to rush. At the break time, during the lunch time, they may go for their lunch at 12:30 to 1:25. However, we advise students to always be reminded to maintain social distancing at all time. We also recommend students to bring foods from their home as a precautionary measure as well. Okay, now we come to question and answer session. If you have any question, please use the raise up emoticon on Teams like this. And once you have raised your hand like that, then we will let you lah. Okay, there is one question. Sekejap ah. Okay, silakan Amir Zakwan. You have to unmute.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat petang. Ini itu Bapa kepada Amir Zakwan yang barukan masuk year 7. Jadinya ada tadi kena mention pasal membagi consent untuk ART test. Jadinya ada 2 soalan di sana. When is the first one? When do we give the first consent for the first ART? Second question is, do we have to give consent on a weekly basis atau sekali saja? Itu saja. Thank you.
Cikgu Dayat, can you please answer that?
Okay, Madam. Terima kasih Tuan. Consent form itu diisi sekali sahaja. So once they have isi untuk hari Sabtu ini, then it's done lah. For the ART, it will be done on weekly basis. The first one will be this Saturday. So the next one will be Saturday as well. Itu Madam di kelas.
Yes.
Semata Tuan.
Okey, terima kasih. Ada satu soalan lagi.
Okey, silakan Tuan.
Kalau sekiranya ada, habis kita mention tadi, kalau orang in the confident di sekolah, adakah habis pihak sekolah allow for them to do it at home prior to going to school, atau all ART test mesti buat di sekolah?
Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, it is a requirement by the Ministry of Education that all students must do their ART at school.
Okay, noted, Madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Tuan. Ada soalan? Okey, silakan. Adina.
Thank you, Cikgu Hidayat. My question is to Madam Chong. Since you mentioned regarding attending classes on Friday and it would be up till mid-year exam, but how about once the second half of the year starts, do you intend to also still continue Friday classes, or is it only for the first half of the year? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. For the time being, we have planned the first lot, which is until March, because this is to cater for those lessons which they have missed, you see. So if we feel that it is necessary, we will see. If it is necessary, we will organize. But right now, we have planned for until March only.
All right, thank you, Madam Chong.
Thank you.
Okey, terima kasih Puan. PA Adriana, dipersilakan.
Hello, good afternoon. I just want to ask, since Pengiran Anak Adriana is not vaccinated yet, because she's not even 12 yet, maybe by February. So how it's going to be? Is she going to provide it with home learning pack or online class? Can you please let me know?
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
All right, that's a very good question, which I think many parents would like to know. There are a few students actually whose age is not 12 yet, you know, but some students might only have one dose and second dose. Even with one dose, they are not allowed to attend school. So what we're going to do is to prepare home-based learning for these students. It won't be online because all the other students will be at school, but all the notes, all the assignments will be online on Teams, which students will be able to access until 2 doses have been received. Then only students are able to attend school.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okey, terima kasih Puan. Abdul Wardi, silakan.
Hello. What about students yang belum ada Bru Health-nya sendiri?
Actually, we do not require them to scan Bru Health at school. You see, this is just a precautionary measure. If they have Bru Health, actually they can be added, isn't it, to parents' phone? They can be added. Yeah, if that can be done, it is just to make sure that they are fine. If they don't have, that's okay. But we want to know that they are completely healthy. Then only they can attend school. That is the most important thing. If they are not well, please keep them at home and let us know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okey, terima kasih. Irfan, 6 Jupiter, silakan.
The school supplies. Is there a list for us to have a look through, and what sort of school supplies are we required to buy at the moment?
Okay. Right now, the first thing that parents should do is to accept our offer. All right, there's a form F1 that you have to fill in, and then the next step is you need to pay at the school counter to make payment. So once you accept our offer and make payments, that means you are already our student. Once we get the F1 form, then only we can add you to our class list, because before that means you haven't done the payment yet. Once you come to see us with your F1 form, then we will inform you what are the things required. The textbooks, our students go to Samima to get textbooks, and the list are with them. Okay, so that's for the textbooks. For exercise books, they are available here, so you may purchase here. But payments need to be done. That's why the most important thing is come and see us after you accept our offer. Then we will explain to you in more details. The only other things that you need is the PE attire, right? PE attire. And well, jumper is optional. It is not mandatory, but PE is, because during PE lessons, they should wear PE attire. So I hope that once we get the F1 form and once you come and see us, then we will give you further details.
I already done that, returning the F1 form and make the payment. I haven't received the details.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, because it's not clear.
Sorry, I already made the payment and returned the F1 form. After that, I have not received any details, but never mind. I'll just wait. Right, thank you.
Did you mention that you have already returned the F1 form?
Yes, I returned the form yesterday and made the payment yesterday.
Oh, okay. Because the F1 form is with the counter, right? Probably is Adiman there? Adiman, can you explain further on that? Adiman is from our finance section, so he'll be able to give you further details. Adiman, please explain further.
Assalamualaikum. Boleh mendengar madam? Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kita ada membuat pembayaran semalam dan berburang itu di mana kita tinggalkan. Yesterday we ada receive apa-apa.
I already sent it to the counter
Admin.
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 In secondary. It's
berarti secondary.
Yes.
Secondary admin.
Yes, upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who? Is it a man? Because so far I wasn't told about any case of payment made. I will check again. How do I can I have your child's name, please? Maybe you can type. Can you type it in the conversation?
I'm using my phone at the moment. I cannot access. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Give us a call. Give us a call later after this meeting. Call us at 2382-100. Okay, I will talk to you then. All right. Okay.
Okay, terima kasih. Next one, Erawadi Ibrahim, dipersilakan.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. I just like to know about the school uniform, because I didn't hear anything about the school uniform. I mean, when they come to school on Saturday, so are they expected to wear their former school PE shirt? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Time is quite short for them to make school uniform, which we understand. That's why we allow students to come in their former school PE attire. Okay, We advise students to come in in their previous school, the Sekolah Rendah Yayasan PE attire.
Okay.
All right, until uniform is made.
Before that, also, when do we know we're about to make the school uniform? Because we don't know where.
Okay. Actually, we have a form. We have a form that we can give it to you. The usual place is the same as Sekolah Rendah Yayasan. It's the same place, which is Diana Maimuna.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go straight to them for the uniform.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Tuan. Next one, dipersilakan Kashiful Warid.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I would like to ask, since my son's, this is his first day, school at Yayasan. I don't think so he is familiar with the school area. So for the first day of school, I think his second vaccine will be in February. So the first day will be in February. So can the parent accompany him to maybe to drop him? I don't know if you can accompany him to the waiting area for the art test, or only students are allowed to drop off to the school. That is one. Second is about Ugama. We haven't registered his Ugama, so we don't know how to go about for his Ugama.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the question. The first question regarding because your son only received the first dose, second dose is in February. So before he comes to school, please drop me an email or inform the school. We need to know when he's coming to school. You see, after the second dose, just inform us. For example, if he goes today, then you inform us earlier. Then we will be waiting for him at the school entrance for him to come, maybe, for example, tomorrow. You see, let's say if his vaccination is today, you have to inform us earlier. So you don't worry about that. There will be someone waiting for him at the entrance to do his ART. If he's not familiar, he doesn't have to worry too, because there will be a teacher who will be taking him to his class.
Okay, noted. What about Ugama? How are we going to?
Ugama, okay, for Ugama, we have the offer letter, right? The offer letter, you use that offer letter to go to the Ugama school, and they will automatically accept you in the afternoon. So since he only has one dose of vaccination, he is still not allowed to attend Ugama school. So he still needs to wait.
Okay, so meaning to say on his first day in February, so on the same day he will register for Ugama.
Yes.
And, yeah.
And by the way, I just want to know, have you accepted our offer? Everything done already?
Yes.
Payment done?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Puan. Next, Zafira, dipersilakan.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Kan bertanya pasal apa namanya ni? My daughter is waiting to go to MS. And then how do I proceed from here? Do I send the F1 dulu, do the payment and everything?
Yes, that's a very good question in the minds of many parents, I think. We are not sure when the offer letter will be out for marked up signs. So let's say if you accept, for example, if you accept our offer, okay, which means you need to pay for registration. Oh, maybe not. You have already, I'm not sure. You need to check with the finance. Usually it's registration, deposit no need because you're from primary school, so no need deposit. But January fees, you have to pay January fees, okay? So once having done that, for example, in 2 weeks' time, you receive the offer letter and you would like to go, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. In that case, you can only claim your deposit.
The
The school
$50
fees,
deposit.
your school fees, you are not able to claim back. You see? So that is the thing that you have to consider. If you don't want to register with us, you have to let us know early so that we can open up the place to other students.
Actually, we are not sure if MS is gonna accept my daughter also.
Yeah, so that's why there is something which is actually hanging. You see, if you don't accept now, I mean, you know, there are a few scenarios. If you accept now and got accepted, that means you cannot claim back your January fees. But if you don't accept now, that is fine with us. But later on, we are not sure whether we still have vacancies. That is what I can explain to you. And I hope it's clear enough.
So if for now, I need to send in the F1 form.
Yes, exactly like what I said, the F1 form, make payment, and then once everything is verified, then Saturday is the first day of school. And then she can also attend the Friday classes.
So the F1, I need to send it to the school. Eh?
Yes.
Anytime?
Yes, working hours.
Working hours.
You just inform the security, all right, that you're going to submit that. So when you come to see us, we will give you other info if you need.
Okay, so I'll send the form and ask you question then.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Is there any other question? Silakan, Sofia Khairul.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to everyone. Okay, two questions. One is, if they already have the uniform for secondary school, is it okay for them to wear it? Because their past PE uniform is slightly smaller now because they've grown. That's the first question. Second question is, because they go to a different sekolah agama, and apparently from this sekolah agama, after the ART is being done at the secondary school, they require a chop or some sort. So will that be provided? So thank you very much. Those two questions.
Okay. The first question regarding the attire, we prefer students to come in PE attire because everyone will be in PE attire, right? So that's why we say PE attire. He can wear the school uniform, the secondary school uniform, but he may be the only one wearing it. So it's your choice. We don't mind. We don't mind that.
Your PE okay, masih kakak? Baju
PE uniform, yes.
Yours. Yang year 6.
Second question, madam.
The second question regarding the you require the school to stamp, isn't it? Actually, we are doing that. The students come in with a piece of paper from Sekolah Ugama, and we do sign and stamp on it. That can be done.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Welcome.
Okay, terima kasih Tuan. Okay. If you have any more questions, please raise your hand. So far, okay. So far, teman ada. Okay, just a gentle reminder for everyone. Sekejap. So we require your attendance for today, so you can see on your screen the link for attendance. Today, so far we have received 27 response out of 80. So the link please take note of the link. And if you have any further question that you didn't manage to ask today, you can use this link to ask question. If there's a lot of questions which has the similar nature, we'll compile it and upload it in our school bag app. So in order for you to be updated with the activities in schools, please install the school bag. This is the guideline, and this was given in the slip of paper with the offer letter as well. It's very important you install school bag because that's where the timetable as well, info for examination and constant update with what's going on in school. Okay. So please take notes kejap. I'll show it for 2 to 3 minutes. And if there is no more question, we will end the session. Okay. So again, attendance bit.ly/2022 Y7, capital V, capital A. If you have any question, bit.ly/2022 Y7QS. Or if you have any feedback, you can also write down here. And the guideline for school bag is bit.ly/SMY school bag, all in capital letter. Okay, shall we adjourn the meeting, madam?
Okay, let me just say a few words.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your attendance this afternoon and for all the questions which were asked earlier. I would like to remind you to confirm the offer so that if you make payment today and tomorrow, you've got, the earlier you make, the earlier we can verify it and then put your child's name in the class list so that they can start school on Saturday. All right, so thank you. See you on Saturday.
Okay. Okay, to end this briefing, once again, thank you very much, and we will recite Surah Al-As together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr. Innal insana lafil khusr illa allazina amanu wa 'amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Sadaqallahul azim. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.